Welcome to day number 4 of CSI8 Certification. Today we're going to be looking at CSI EFIS, Millionaire's Electronic Flight Information System, Millionaire's Proprietary Ramp Services Management Automation. This is the CSI EFIS screen. I got there by clicking either the icon on the left, highlighted in green, or the icon on the icon bar with the green arrow. Now that the screen is open, you can see there are 4 major parts of the screen. You have the arrivals on the top list on the left, the departures on the top list on the right, and you can see we include the invoice data from your TFBO database in the bottom right, and we also include the truck meters so you can get your fuel tickets in the bottom left. Of course, the truck fuel tickets are only available if you've installed that feature on your trucks, and let me know about it so we can have the people with the truck data supply them to CSI. The invoicing data is currently linked only to TFBO. Some of our locations have a manual data entry screen in CSI they use to enter their fuel data as well. Now let's open the legend screen and understand what all these colors and these options we have on EFIS when we're putting our data in TFBO. Now that we have the legend screen expanded so we can read it easier, notice that the colors are in a row format, so each column in EFIS is actually a row on this screen. So you can see that the tail number shows up, and you have color codes for the tail number, and then below the tail number you have fuel, and you see the 6 different color codes for fuel. And just you can go down each service and see their color codes, but the basic fundamental feature is you never want to see red. What's not being shown at this time, which I'll show in a few minutes, is there's 32 different timers that are running on this screen at all times. And when a time setting expires, if the service has not been provided, then you'll see red on the screen. So the first scenario is to not see any red in EFIS. EFIS also provides a ramp and hangar color code feature. So yes, if you're in TFBO and you're looking at your general notes field, if you will put the exact text you see in these squares, which would include the asterisks around the colors, then it says the aircraft type column, the background of that column will be the same color you see in these squares. So the way you would use this feature is you would first color code your hangars and your ramp space, and then from there you would pass that map around so the front desk would know which color is what section of your ramp and your hangars, and they would then put that code in the general notes for the line service people to know where the aircraft is located. This is a great feature for when you have huge events and multiple airplanes and you're trying to find out where they are located. The last feature on the legend screen is the ability to enter negative values in TFBO for fuel requests. These negative values, as you can see in the bottom right corner, when you put that negative value, then it displays the text that it shows you in EFIS. So now the line will know it's a top off. They will advise later, no fuel requested, just a ramp fee. All that is built into this legend so that you can know which values to put in the TFBO request on the concierge screen to make this display in EFIS and CSI. Let's look at the timers. Yes, there's 31 different timers that are running on this screen at all times. These timers are looking at the arrival time, the departure time, the services requested, the times required for those services. For example, if the reservation requires a lab service to be done upon arrival, if that lab service isn't started within 5 minutes upon arrival, then the lab service square turns red. And so this is why we're saying in EFIS, you're watching at a glance, you're seeing what's going on, you're seeing the status, but for sure, you do not want to get into the habit of allowing red to be on the screen. Okay, let's take a look at the screen now. What we've done is we've opened CSI ILAS, and then in the area with the red square that just faded into visibility, you can see there's an option for reservations. If you select reservations, then the EFIS screen will show up to the right of arrivals. Now, this option is only available if that reservation option is visible. CSI will measure the resolution of your monitor and decide if this is even possible or not. If you don't see the reservation option, then your computer does not provide that ability because of your resolution on your monitor. Another feature in CSI EFIS is the ability to set the time window of your arrivals and departures. For example, if you click the link, the blue link that just became visible, then this screen will open that will show you how you can select different time window options. At the moment, the screen is set on a 4-hour window, which means it looks at the current time, and it looks a few minutes in the past and a few more hours into the future, and it limits the amount of data that is seen over time. For example, if you had 25 arrivals from, say, 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock, well, then if you look at a 4-hour window, then maybe you only see 10 of those arrivals. You're trying to find a way to filter the data in a manner where it's easy to see all the data without scrolling up and down. Of course, you have the option to choose all the data and do as much scrolling as you like. But the neat part is you have that option. That concludes day number 4. Let's move on to day number 5.